Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into some pretty incredible numbers from the data storage giant Seagate. Their latest quarterly results are out, and let me tell you, they don't just tell a story about one company's success, they're really pointing to a massive shift in the entire world of data.
So the big headline really starts with this number right here. A massive 21% jump in revenue compared to the exact same time last year. Now, for a company the size of Seagate, that kind of growth, well, it isn't just impressive, it is a major signal. And what does that 21% growth look like in cold, hard cash? Well, it translates to a staggering $2.63 billion in revenue for a single quarter. What's even crazier is that number just blew past what even they thought was possible. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at what made this quarter so historic. Then we're going to dive deep into the specific numbers that really paint the picture. After that, we'll uncover the huge trend, a real game changer, that's fueling all this. We'll explore Seagate's unique tech that's perfectly set up to cash in, and finally, we'll get a little peek at what they see coming around the corner. So let's be super clear here. This quarter wasn't just, good. It was exceptional. Seagate didn't just meet their goals. They totally smashed through them. They set new company records and flew past the high end of their own financial guidance. In the business world, that is a crystal clear sign of some powerful momentum. So how'd they do it? The company says it comes down to two things. First, they're just running the business really well. But the second thing, and this is the one to watch, is the absolutely soaring demand for their most advanced high-capacity storage. And we are about to see exactly why that demand is exploding. All right, let's really get into the specifics. These next few numbers, they really tell the story of just how powerful this quarter was from a purely financial point of view. First up, their gross margin. Using a pretty standard metric, it hit a record 40.1%. So what does that mean? In simple terms, for every dollar they make in sales, more of it is turning into pure profit than ever before. It's a huge indicator of just how efficient they are and how much people are willing to pay for their products. And all that awesome profitability, it drove their earnings per share up to $2.61. That's a 65% increase from last year. Just a massive jump that goes right back to their shareholders. And this next number, this one might be the most impressive of all. They generated $427 million in free cash flow. Now remember, this isn't just revenue, this is the actual cash left in the bank after paying all the bills to run the business. It is a true, undeniable measure of financial health. Now, just look at the sheer scale of this growth. Making $427 million in cash is one thing, but doing it after making just $27 million the year before, that is a mind-boggling 1,481% increase. This isn't just growth, folks. It's a fundamental change in their business. So the big question is, where is all this coming from, right? Why this sudden explosion in cash and profit? The answer? It lies in what is arguably the single biggest technology shift of our time: artificial intelligence. Think about it. AI, especially all this generative AI stuff, isn't just using data anymore. It is creating unbelievable amounts of new content at a speed we've never seen before. All of that data, the training models, the videos, the text, all of it, it has to be stored somewhere. And that makes mass data storage not just valuable, but absolutely necessary. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Seagate's own CEO, Dave Mosley, connects their success directly to this trend. He points out that AI isn't just asking for more storage, it's making that storage fundamentally more valuable to every business out there. And here's the proof in their own numbers. Just 1 year ago, all that revenue from data centers, the places that power the cloud and all this AI, made up 73% of their sales. Today, that has jumped to a massive 80%. This right here, this is the engine that's driving their growth. Now, to handle this incredible wave of demand, you can't just build more of the same old hard drives. Nope, you need a technological leap, and Seagate has a secret weapon up its sleeve, their Mosaic platform. Mosaic is built on this really cool technology called HAM. That stands for Heat-Assisted Magnetic Recording. Basically, it's a revolutionary way of writing data that uses a tiny laser to heat the disk surface for a split second. This lets them pack way more data into the same physical space than was ever possible before.
And this is the tech that's letting Seagate create hard drives with these insane capacities. We're talking about things like their 32 terabyte drives, which were just recently approved by a huge player like Dropbox specifically to power their growing AI systems.
So, here's the key takeaway. This is not some science experiment or a future concept. This is happening right now. They shipped over 1 million of these drives this quarter alone. 5 of the biggest cloud companies in the world have already given them the green light. And their production is pretty much sold out for the next year. This adoption is happening at a huge scale.
Okay, so they've got this AI tidal wave, and they've got the tech to ride it. So what's next? Let's take a look at what Seagate is telling investors to expect in the near future. Well, they're projecting another incredibly strong quarter. They're guiding for even higher revenue, about $2.7 billion, and for earnings per share to climb even further to $2.75. Yeah, this growth is not slowing down. And this is really important. All that cash is making Seagate a much healthier company. This slide shows their debt leverage ratio. Think of it like a company's financial stress test. The lower the number, the better. And in just 1 year, they have cut that number by more than half. That puts them in a much stronger, more stable position for whatever comes next. So all of this leaves us with one last fascinating thought. With AI acting like this bottomless engine for creating data, is there even a limit? Is there a ceiling to how much storage the world will need? Seagate's record-breaking quarter might not be the peak, but just the very beginning of a much, much bigger story.